All right, let's talk about setting up an awareness campaign. These are the first campaigns that we're going to be running. We're going to be running these campaigns 24/7. So every single day, 24 hours a day, we're just going to continue to run these campaigns because these are the campaigns that spread awareness. They introduce ourselves to the market. They allow us to really provide value to our potential customers. How can we offer them value without asking for anything in return? Showing them things, showing our passion, really just positioning ourselves as the authority in our field. These are low budget. They're going to be about $5 a day, but they're just campaigns that we just want to continuously run. And what they're going to be doing is they're going to be going out to cold traffic, and we're going to be paying attention to who pays attention to them, right? So we're going to be creating audiences of the people that watch these videos. So this is really where it all starts. So let's go over how to create one of these things, right? So first things first, we need to get to Ads Manager. You should know how to do that, but just in case you don't, I'm on my regular Facebook page in the upper right-hand corner. I'm going to click on my little picture and then click on Business Suite or Meta Business Suite. This should bring you here, right? To know that if you're in the right place, it should say Meta Business Suite, and then underneath it, you just want to make sure that your business page is selected here. In order for us to get to Ads Manager, what we want to do is go to All Tools, and then under Advertise, we're going to see Ads Manager here, which should bring us to this page, right? You should see a white page very similar to this. If you haven't run an ad before, you might not see anything here. That's fine, right? What we're looking for is this green Create button. You might see it here. You might see it here. You might see it in the middle as well. You might see a big green button if this is your first campaign. Find that green Create button. We're going to hit Create, and we're going to be brought to the objectives page. For an awareness campaign, you guessed it, we're going to choose awareness as our objective. So basically what we're doing is we're telling Facebook, hey, I got a piece of content. I want to just show it to as many people as I possibly can in my local community. So I'm going to hit awareness. I'm going to hit continue, and it's going to keep us on the campaign page. We just want to name this campaign. Special ad categories. If you are an auto dealer, if you're a real estate agent, if you're into politics, if this is one of those types of ads, you will need to declare that this is a special ad. Basically, the difference between what you are going to have to deal with in just a regular business is special ad categories. Anything that has to do with money or housing or politics. Really, basically, what Facebook does is it takes away your ability to really to get intricate in the targeting, which we really don't need anyway. So it shouldn't affect these awareness campaigns at all. But just know that down the road, if you start to get into lead ads and things like that, you are, some of the things, some of the targeting and what you can do, some of the power of the advertising is taken away, just because they don't want you to discriminate against certain people, especially with housing and money and things like that. So just to let you know, if you are dealer, auto dealer, bank, politics, anything like that, real estate, if you have to do with housing, you will have to declare that this is a special ad category. For more information, obviously, you can click on this Learn More about special ad categories to get, if there's any question, you're like, well, I don't know, Phil, I don't know if I need to choose a special ad category. I would highly recommend that you just click on this Learn More, and it will tell you all about special ad categories, and we'll give you the information on whether or not your business needs to declare that it's special, even though your business is special. Even if you don't have to declare, you are special. Campaign details, everything else, A/B testing we want off. Advantage budget, campaign budget, we want off. We just want this should be as a default. If you see either one of these are on, we just want to shut them off. But just name it. And really, this naming convention this is something that you're going to see on a white page with blue lettering. So you just want to name it something that if you're looking, especially if you start getting into and you start running a bunch of ads, you just want to be able to look at the campaign level and know exactly what that ad is. So just name it appropriately. Get in the habit of good housekeeping now, so that you don't start to learn bad habits, right? So name it, special ad categories if you fall into that category, and then everything else should be as a default. You just want to make sure A/B test and advantage campaign budget is off, and then we'll hit next. So the ad set level, so this is going to be broad. broad targeting. We want to leave everything else as default. We just obviously want to make sure that our business page is the page that is selected. And then we're going to come down here to budget. Daily budget, we're going to set to $5 a day. We're not going to schedule this or anything like that. We're just going to start it right away. And then we want to have full control over whether or not or when it gets shut off, right? So we're just going to leave everything as a default until we come down here to audience controls, to location. We want to edit this. We don't want to send this ad out to everybody in the United States. That makes absolutely no sense for a local business. We want to put in the address of our business. So once we have the address of our business in here, we want to set a radius. So so this is set to 1 mile. So this is the address of the business. This is the radius of of which people are going to see my ad. It's really up to you. There's no right or wrong answer. You could go all the way to 50 miles, but you want to think to yourself, all right, how far are my customers used to traveling from, right? We can go. Generally speaking, what I set to, what I recommend setting is anywhere from 3 miles to 10 miles, 15 miles. So for this, I'm just going to put 15. For this, I'm going to put 10 miles. And you'll see how big this 10-mile radius is. I mean, this is a big radius around my business. This might be on the outskirts of where people are generally traveling from. But 10 miles, it's going to give me, you'll see here, daily estimated results, about 1.6 thousand to 4.7 thousand people. So for $5 a day, we're going to be reaching this amount of people every single day. So you can see how this ad starts to stack up, right? If we're running these ads every single day, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, our audience that we're tracking and we're paying attention to, that audience is going to grow pretty quickly and really give us the ability to show them more content and really nourish that relationship and then turn them into customers, right? So, after the location, we want to Advantage Plus audience and placements. We're just going to leave as a default for this one because, again, we just, for this particular ad, it's a low budget ad. We want to reach as many people as we possibly can. And we're just going to let Facebook algorithm really do its thing. Find the people that are paying attention, show it wherever you want to or need to show it where I'm going to get the best results. And then from there, after we start running these and get some insights from these ads, we'll start to see, what placements, is it the news feed that's doing really well? Is it Instagram that's doing really well? So we'll be able to get in here and look at the insights and really start to learn more and more about what placements and what type of content and all that stuff, what really works for our particular audience, because it does differ from industry to industry, from business to business. So we never want to assume that we know what our audience wants. We just want to, especially for this type of campaign where we're just trying to introduce ourselves to the market and see what's going on, and really want to be broad as possible. We just want to let Facebook do its thing. We'll learn from this, and then as we start to run remarketing ads and things like that, maybe we'll change the stuff up. But we want this to be as simple and as easy as a process as possible, as low budget as possible, just so that we can just get our content out to more and more people, right? So once we're done with this, I'll hit next, and this is going to bring us to the actual ad, right? And then I'll just name it Ad 1 or whatever the case. So again, we just want to make sure again that our Facebook page is the one that's selected here. Our Instagram is the account that's selected, and then instead of creating an ad, what we're going to do is we're going to use an existing post. So basically what we're going to be doing, again, go back and watch some of the strategy videos so that you understand and you have a little bit more knowledge on what we're actually doing here if you haven't. But basically what we're doing is we're posting content on our business page organically. So we're not going to spend any money at first. We're just going to post it on our business page and then see how it goes. Are we getting likes? Are we getting comments? Are people sharing it? Are people liking the content? Because the mistake a lot of businesses make is that they just make a piece of content and then they put money behind it right away, not knowing if it's going to work, right? Whereas if you post it organically on your page and you don't spend money on it and you're just posting it to your fans and your fans are responsive to it and they're liking it and they're sharing it, then you know that that's a good piece of content that your customers and your people are going to like. So that test it first organically. If it works organically, then if you put money behind it and more people see it, you know it's going to work, rather than trying to just put money behind something that you have no idea if it's going to work or not. Is just really the wrong way to go about it, unless of course you're just looking to waste money. If that's the case, then do that. But so we want to post it on our business page, let it run for a few days, let it run for a week, however long, just to kind of see, are we getting likes? Are we getting comments? How are people responding to this piece of content? And then we start to learn more and more what content they like. And then once we find a piece of content that works well organically, then we put some money behind it, and then it works even better. Right? Make sense? So we're going to use existing posts, and then from here under Ad Creative, we want to select the post, and just again make sure that your Facebook page is the one that's selected, and you just want to select a post. So obviously this is a test account, so I'm just going to select this post. I'm going to hit continue, and then you should see the post in the preview, right? We're not going to add a button or anything like that. Again, these awareness ads, what we want to try to do is have it look as much like a regular post as we possibly can. We want to we don't want to, obviously there's going to be that sponsored tag under the post, but we want to just make it seem like just a regular post. So if somebody's scrolling through their news feeds, we just want them we want it to seem like it's just a regular post, that we're just trying to provide value. We're not trying to sell them anything, because if we start to add buttons like call now or message me, right off the bat, they're going to be like, well, this is an ad. They're trying to sell me something. I'm not interested, right? So rather than doing that, make it look as much like a regular post as possible. Just have it value, so that they're scrolling. If they see it, that catches their attention, they watch it, they consume it, and then that's all we want, right? That's where it stops. We're not asking for anything in return. We just want to show them content, and then we want to start learning what types of content works, and we still want to start nourishing that relationship, right? So after all that, we choose the actual post. We are ready to publish, right? So we want to click this publish button. What's going to happen is it's going to go through a little automated process. This does not go to actual people. This basically shoots this into AI, where it kind of just goes over everything, make sure that you're complying with the policies, and then once it gets approved, you'll get an email back saying, hey, your ad is approved and running, and then from there, we will just let them run, right? So, but that is really kind of the basic awareness ad. That's your first ad. That's the step number one, right? So we're going to start to run these, and as we start to make more and more content, we're going to keep coming back. Hold on, let me get out of here. We're going to keep coming back to this campaign, this awareness. I'm actually going to change this name from broad, because this isn't the ad set. It's an awareness. I'm just going to put awareness campaign or campaigns, right? So you'll see now that on this main page under campaigns, these are my awareness campaigns, right? The next campaign that I run, once we start remarketing, I'll write remarketing campaigns, right? So I'll just be able to look at this. All right, these are where my awareness campaigns. Let's look at all the ad sets. So once we start to add more and more content, basically I'll duplicate this ad set, and then I'll change the post, right? So as I start to make more and more content, I'm going to start to add more and more ad sets. Obviously, I might not run all the ads at the same time. I might duplicate this ad set and then stop this one, the original one. But yeah, it's, as we start to make more and more content, we're just going to keep coming into this awareness campaign or the remarketing campaigns, or whatever type of campaign that we're running. We're just going to be duplicating ad sets and adding more and more stuff. So it's not like we have to go through this whole process every single time we want to add a piece of content. All right. So again, we'll get into all that. We'll get into adding more content and how to start remarketing campaigns and all that. But this is really kind of basic level one, step one. This is the type of campaign that you want to run to reach as many people as we possibly can. People that don't know us, a cold audience, just to introduce ourselves, position ourselves as the expert, so that we can start nourishing that relationship and then turn them into customers. So that's it for me. See you in the next one.